Hello everyone, my name is Fred. I'm the CTO and co-founder of Alpic, the MCP hosting company. Thanks for joining me again for this new Code with Fred tutorial, where we learn tips and tricks on how to build ChatGPT and MCP apps. Today's episode is a little bit special because it celebrates the inclusion of Alpic as one of the official service providers using auth.md, a new authentication primitive that's aiming at empowering agents to use services like humans do. auth.md was initially introduced by WorkOS end of May in San Francisco during MCP night. I had the pleasure to be there, by Michael and Madison, who worked on the project for the past weeks. It provides primitives for agents to be able to self-register to products that we commonly use as humans, to do so without human intervention in order for them to be able to use those products autonomously. Of course, for Alpic, it made a lot of sense because a lot of agents are building with Skybridge today the MCP apps of tomorrow. And if those agents are able to autonomously deploy MCP app on Alpic infrastructure platform, it makes more sense for them to be able to do so. auth.md was a no-brainer for us, and we implemented it right away as soon as it started to be available. And we are very thrilled to be listed as one of the official providers there. But enough speaking about auth.md on the landing page. Let me give you a quick demo of how it works. I've put together a demo running on Pi, the agent harness, that will be provided with all the tools it needs to implement this new protocol. I'm running the demo in YOLO mode, so nothing will be specifically asked to me during the demo. And the only instruction I gave was to ship an MCP app that the agent has previously built for the purpose of this demo, using the skills that we packaged together with Skybridge in order to deploy it without any pre-existing account for it to do so. First thing it will do as part of the auth.md protocol is discover the various mechanisms and available flow for the agent to register on the platform. Those are exposed, those are advertised on a specific endpoint, auth.md, that you should put on your domain. So right now you can go ahead and visit alpic.ai/auth.md to get all information about what are the available flow in order to get authentication credentials. If we take a bigger look at what we actually have inside the auth.md, you can see that we provide a way for agents to discover various metadata that they will need on auth protected resources and auth authorization server, and especially how to get an API key using their identity provider as an agent for registration. So this specific mechanism is advertised inside the auth.md, is packaged inside the auth authorization server metadata that is pre-existing, that is a pre-existing RFC. And it just adds a new block called agent auth that describes where the registration should happen. What P is doing right now with the addition of a specific tool is minting a specific kind of token that we call an ID-JAG token, which contains a few assertions that are packaged by my agent provider identity. For the purpose of this demonstration, I've added the localhost provider, identity provider, as one of the trusted providers Alpic trusts. As new providers, identity providers will become compatible with the auth.md protocol. We will add them in order for you to have your agents being able to mint and send those ID-JAG tokens to Alpic and recover API key. You see here, as soon as the token was minted, the Pi agent posted on the agent auth endpoint available on Alpic in order to exchange those claims inside the ID-JAG token for an API key. And from that point onwards, it was just a matter for the agent to understand how to interact with the Alpic CLI in order to run deployment using the freshly recovered API key from the auth.md protocol. This resulted in one URL being provided, because as soon as you deploy your server on Alpic, you get a playground URL to interact with your package, to interact with your MCP app or MCP server, depending on what you deploy. So let's have a look at it right now. Okay, so now it's loading the playground. I'm Fred. Should be a small onboarding tool saying me, okay, you want to onboard? Yes, I want to onboard. Yes, I want to onboard on Skybridge. Okay, let's see if it works. Yeah, so you can see now Alpic is supporting the auth.md protocol for autonomous agent to be able to discover, get an identity, an API key, and deploy a server on Alpic. But that's all fair and square. Now I have an agent that is able with its API key to interact with Alpic and deploy new server, new apps, deploy environment, update environment variables, etc. But if I'm fine with the work that has been done autonomously by the agent, I, as a human, would like to claim ownership of resources that has been created by my agent and continue using them, especially have access to Alpic as a SaaS platform in order to manage those resources. In parallel to issuing API key for agents that acted upon my behalf, a dedicated invitational email was sent to the email asserted in the ID-JAG token in order for me to claim the team the agent has been operating in. I just need to click this. I will sign in with my alpic.ai account, continue and create the account. I have not been registered before with this specific email address on Alpic. And I should be able to accept the invitation and see right away the freshly deployed demo that has been deployed 6 minutes ago via my agent running autonomously. I'm now able to access the analytics and see the session on the playground that I've just been using to check the result of the deployment. And I can continue on the work that has been initially done by my agent in order to improve my app and continue working with it. We're very thrilled to be part of this protocol because it really opens up a lot of possibilities for agents to be able to ship easily and fast apps on Alpic without human intervention. If you'd like to know more about the protocol and what it took to implement it, I'd be happy to continue the discussion over on LinkedIn or X, depending on which networks you prefer. And until next time, I wish you a very happy building time. Can't wait to see all the apps your agents will be building and deploying on Alpic. Take care. See you next time.